Boy, this is interesting development, wouldn't you say? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 box office tracking for potential massive flop. James Gunn's final Marvel movie is projected to open lower than Volume 2 and follows Quantum Mania bombing big time. I'm curious about this because, I'm not particularly excited. I'm not particularly excited about this. All my concerns with all these past movies and these past phases, or past recent phases, have just, many of you know I loved the first Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a shock to me. I was riding that wave of Marvel energy, and this was something that was new, an obscure comic book that not too many people knew about. I didn't even know about them. And I sat down in that theater with my 3D glasses on, and I watched it, and I was like, yo, this is damn good. Who's this James Gunn guy? And second one came out, and it was all right to me. And then I saw the Suicide Squad, and I did not like it. As you know, it had its moments. And then I saw the Christmas special, which was all right, just like the second one was to me. So there's my track record with Mr. Gunn. And being also concerned with what Disney has been doing with everything Marvel, Star Wars, and everything else that they own, it's concerning what we're going to get. It could be a massive hit. And just so you know, I want everything that I watch to be great. I want to always review or react to something and be happy. Because happy makes me feel good. And I work better when I'm happy. Just life is better when you're happy. So I'm hoping that this is a massive hit. However, it says here, the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 box office happens to be tracking low. Potentially a massive flop for the next Marvel movie as part of Kevin Feige's Phase 5, which is already off to a rocky start following Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania's big bust. Accordingly to early estimates, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is tracking for a $130 million opening, which is less than Guardians of the Galaxy 2's $146.5 million back in 2017. The first movie released in 2014 opened to $94.3 million. Yes, people didn't know what it was all about. Ended up being a sleeper hit. Then boom, the second one comes out. That one's got to be a hit too. So everybody goes $146.5 million. That makes sense. Additional estimates offer the flick could open anywhere between 120 and 155. So we'll just have to see how things play out. However, according to early projections, things could be worse. Things could be worse, I think mainly because of Marvel's track record right now in the theaters and on Disney+. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 pre-sale numbers are awful. The early estimates are said to be in part from initial price sales, where Box Office Pro reports the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 pre-sales numbers are actually lower than every Marvel movie released post-Avengers Endgame, except for Black Widow and Shang-Chi. Now that's surprising, as that means Guardians of the Galaxy 3 pre-sale numbers are lower than Eternals, which opened in only 71 million, lower than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which opened to 106 million. Those numbers would be a huge disaster for Kevin Feige, James Gunn, and the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I wonder how much Mr. Gunn cares now that he's moved on. I mean, he may care. I mean, this could be his baby, you know. Seems like it's been his franchise. So, pre-release marketing is terrible. The site also adds that pre-release marketing is not generating the kind of social media imprint volume as any of 2023's MCU releases. Again, which is something pretty surprising and includes Quantumania, which bombed at the box office and misfired with fans. Deadline does happen to add its own box office report distribution sources, specifically that the campaign for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 hasn't really fired up to its full potential yet. Hence, there's nothing to worry about. Okay. Bear in mind that Deadline does love to spin BS for the film industry, so keep that in mind. I've never seen an article say that about another outlet. But even I am having hard times believing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will open anywhere close to Eternals and Quantumania. But let's take a look on why it could bomb at the box office. Well, it's the past record. Why could Guardians of the Galaxy bomb at the box office? So if the early estimates hold true, Guardians of the Galaxy bombs, what's the reason? Reasons I foresee could be adding to the possibility that Ron made to play the game bars of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 include the second movie isn't as well liked as the first. That's where I sit with that. First flick has a 92% Rotten Tomatoes score from both critics and the fans, while the sequel is at an 87 and 87 respectively. Over at IMDb, it's more of the same, with the first movie at 8.0 and the second at 7.6. Second, James Gunn could be a problem, as audience might not have forgotten that Gunn was fired from Disney and Marvel over raunchy tweets. So if the conservative family crowd hasn't forgiven Gunn, that could be a huge loss. Third, James Gunn moving to DC could also be an issue for fans, especially Feige's zombie MCU fans. So some of them might bail on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just to spite Gunn, I guess. Another goofy Marvel movie. Another goofy Marvel movie might actually be a factor, as it seems audiences are done to death with the goofy ass MCU. I've said it before, Kevin Feige has gone too goofy with MCU as of late. Ironically, is Guardians to blame? I don't think they are. It's no doubt Guardians of the Galaxy has been a big hit. So we see that Feige went the goofy ass route for Thor Ragnarok, and even more so for Thor Love and Thunder, which was way over. I thought Thor Ragnarok was, pretty much in the sweet spot, which is a big blunder with fans, talking about Thor Love and Thunder. And then, of course, there's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Lastly, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania kicked off Phase 5 and introduced the MCU and fans to the next Thanos-level villain with Jonathan Majors. That's another issue there as Kang the Conqueror. But the majority of MCU fans rejected the flick as the script is terrible. The overall story is terrible. The CGI is terrible. Looking at you, MODOK. And again, it's just too damn goofy. I actually think it was a big mistake for Feige to go in the direction they did with Quantumania, because it's basically the same as Guardians of the Galaxy, or just, it kind of comes off that way. That's true. Yeah. What about the Disney Plus shows? Eternal, see? They're going in the direction I said. It's the track record. It's the movies, and it's the Disney Plus shows, man. Man, the Guardians are no longer special. While I may have my issues with James Gunn and Guardians of the Galaxy, again, there's no doubt the movies have been a success and are entertaining. But Feige making everything about MCU just as goofy, I think, has taken away the Guardians being special. I see what you're kind of saying there. Quantumania is goofy, bright, and vibrant with a large cast and has a black actor as a villain. And it's ditto for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The movies basically look identical. And I know what you mean by that. I see what you're saying. The bonus of Guardians has going for it that it does have James Gunn involved, who does look at these characters like family. So we have to hope he's taking care of them and not throwing them under the bus. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think, was it him that admitted that it's like, it's gonna be sad. So we're gonna be losing some characters. I don't want to see nobody die. I like the whole team. I don't want to see none of them die. Yeah, maybe I could deal with Quill dying if he does something super heroic. You better not kill Rocket. I swear to God, man. You can't kill Groot again. You know, he already killed him in the first movie, which I didn't expect to happen. I don't want to see none of them die. Anyway, but yeah. So, like, look, Disney, you already know what to do. Stop woking everything up. Stop being so political. Get back to doing what made the franchise successful pre-Captain Marvel. And you'll be fine. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this situation, this possible situation, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo.